Hello and welcome back. I thought I would like to invite you on a journey to understand a little bit more about the rt-PCR test. It's been around a number of years. In fact, it was created by a beautiful man called Kary Mullis, who unfortunately died, I think, in August 2019. There are over 100 of them, and they kind of measure insults. So if somebody calls you an idiot and you get rt-PCR test, could come up positive. So sometimes I use humour. No, an insult could be something like a pollen grain. It could be something like a mercury filling. It could be something that you've had in the food, or it could be the fact that you've been affected by one of the 31 zeros. That's how many viruses are in the air. Who knows? It actually also measures a thing called chromosome 8. Interesting. What it doesn't actually do is measure COVID-19. And the reason why it doesn't measure COVID-19 is, one, it has not been isolated yet using what's called the Koch postulates method. Neither has SARS-CoV-1 2002-3, and obviously COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2. So what does it measure then? Well, as I said, if you have an infection, then you could, if you went for the rt-PCR test, come up positive. But that would also be dependent on the number of cycles that are used when measuring. What do I mean? Well, the higher the number of cycles for the testing, the more likely it's going to come out as false positive. So even though you're being a rascal, Sasha, even though you may get a result of positive, in one sense it has no meaning. And the reason why is because you could also be asymptomatic. You could actually have the virus and not even show up on the body, and yet it comes back positive. Well, I just mentioned it's not actually measuring COVID-19, although that's the brand or the label that's been put on it. So why is the government using cases? Well, obviously if it used death rates, they would have zero justification for lockdowns, the tier systems and all other BS belief systems that they're promulgating via the mainstream media like the BBC. So my suggestion would be, and it's not to say not to have an rt-PCR test, because me and my family have had one done and it all came up negative, is to just be aware that it has no real meaning. But the light is shining on the cases. And the reason for that is because, think about it, do more testing, you're going to get more positive rt-PCR test results. But it has no meaning. It only has meaning if you give it. If you shine the light bright enough on the cases to see and to continually scare people via the media, which is what's going on. Complete and utter silliness. So please, do your own due diligence, but trust me, I'm not a doctor. There is no reason to fear or get worried about the rt-PCR test or even getting the result back as positive. My suggestion would be to direct your thoughts in how you can look after, take care of, prevent yourself being overcome by the viruses. But please understand that the virus or viruses do not enter the host to kill the host. They enter the host to upregulate our genes. Can't do mine because I'm not wearing any today, but that's one of the things that viruses do. And up to 95% of our body is composed of parasites, fungi, bacteria and viruses. They are us, we are them. And we work together. However, if we're out of alignment, suffering from toxicities and deficiencies, Houston, we have a problem. And it could manifest on the respiratory system as a side effect of the upregulation within our body and cause challenges. And obviously the more infirm or compromised our immune system is, you can see where this conversation's going. Yeah. So my invite for you is to take care of the physical body, switch off the usual lamestream media, tune into those people who are healthy, who deal in health, that's the invite, as opposed to those who deal in disease, who live 10 years less than their patients do. Although there is a wonderful place for them, absolutely. You're just so cute, aren't you, Sophie? Yes, Postcat. You are just so gorgeous. Yes, look at that purring away. This is an Aussie cat. You're so gorgeous. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, I wish you a fantastic 2021. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be outstanding. And those that have ultimately created this pandemic, scamdemic, coronavirus crime of the era, they will be brought to justice. That's the Johnson, that's the Hancock, that's the Vallance, that's the Whitty, all these people that are using incorrect but science, shine a light where they want it shone just so they can bring down the economy. And actually it's not them that's doing that, we're the ones doing that, because we are acquiescing, we are docilely going through with what they tell us to do. And of course, where's this leading? Well, the label I would use is genocide. Yeah, far more people are dying through the lockdown and tears than ever could or will die of COVID-19. Again, these are just my opinions. See if you can find some truth in any of this. As always, my love and blessing. Bye for now.